Okay, I'm diving into chapters 2 and 3 because my man's got the crazies, so mama's got some time. Here we go. If you're just joining us, go ahead and start with the introduction in chapter 1. Otherwise, welcome back to Making the First Circle Work. Chapter 2, The Power of Mind. How attitude affects your results. It's a beautiful South Florida morning. I'm out on a drive in the Viper Van Morrison belting out Domino on the stereo. There's a black pickup truck driving alongside me with the window rolled down and an adorable puppy leaning into the wind, just taking in the scene. His eyes wide, wind-swept ears and tongue hanging out demonstrate the exquisite state of canine nirvana he is experiencing. The disc switches to Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I'm thinking, life is pretty good. The day before, one of the guys from my softball team had called to say his car had been burglarized. He was just leaving his mother's house and he needed to vent because she had warned him about leaving stuff in his car and had given him the "I told you so" routine instead of sympathy. I asked if the burglars had broken his window. They hadn't, so I thought that was pretty good news since it saved him that hassle. Then I asked him if his softball glove had been in the car. Turns out it was being repaired, so it hadn't been in there. I remarked how fortunate that was because gloves can take months to get broken in and feel just right. He agreed that this was lucky, but mentioned that his old bat had been stolen. I replied that he should be glad that it was his old one and not the new $300 one he'd gotten for Christmas. "You're such a motivational speaker," he exclaimed, sounding almost exasperated. "You see the positive in everything." Guilty as charged. I do believe there are good things that come from all bad things, and I'm very optimistic. That is a mindset. And mindset may have more to do with success than any other single thing we could have. Because our mindset creates our attitude, and our attitude determines the actions we will take or not take. If you believe people are skeptical, you'll approach them with that doubt in the back of your mind and likely manifest skepticism that wouldn't normally be there. If you expect to be rejected, you probably will be. If you expect team members to be negative and drop out, they probably won't disappoint you. On the other hand, if you believe your opportunity is amazing and someone would be nuts not to join it, you'll manifest more enrollments. If you expect your people to develop and build, they probably will. Expectations are a powerful tool in your leadership development arsenal. Letting people know that you expect great things of them inspires them and helps them develop the confidence they will need to do so. Now, if you're like most people, you have been programmed with negative mind viruses, and this has caused you to develop negative beliefs and expectations on a subconscious level. This is the topic of an earlier book I wrote titled Why You're Dumb, Sick, and Broke, and How to Get Smart, Healthy, and Rich. When you have negative beliefs, this can create a lot of behavior that will greatly reduce your chance for success in the business. For example, you could prejudge people and decide they wouldn't be interested. And because you never approach them, you certainly will miss out on getting some people who would actually do the business and do it well. When you have a negative mindset, every minor challenge will turn into a distraction, and distractions kill growth. Every back order, price increase, or comp plan change will turn into a chance for a bitch session. And no one participating in bitch sessions is ever building a business. When you have a positive mindset, distractions don't affect you. You accept them as part of the process and stay focused on your goal. Getting the help you need. Frankly, I don't think anyone can stay positive by themselves in today's world. There is simply too much negative programming everywhere. It is pervasive in all channels of the media, in many of the people around you, even the well-meaning ones, and even from organized religion and the government. The only way you keep your mindset right is through daily self-development time devoted to positive programming. This can come in the form of audios you listen to, videos you watch, books you read, events you attend, and those people that you associate with. Now, of these, the easiest thing to do on a daily basis is feed your mind with the books, audios, and videos. Taking time in the morning to set your consciousness before you ever leave the house will have a huge effect on the results you have during the day. You will attract people and circumstances vibrating at higher consciousness. But it won't happen by accident. You have to have a structured self-development program. You must set aside the time each day and make it sacred. Mornings are best to set the tone for the day, but it also is good to read something positive last thing before you go to bed at night. Let your subconscious mind have some good stuff to process while you're sleeping. Never watch the news before you go to sleep, and don't start your day reading a newspaper. Start and end each day with positive programming to counteract all the negativity you will be exposed to the rest of the time. Please don't confuse these self-development resources with business training tools. You'll need both. If your company or sponsorship line has an auto-ship program for books, CDs, or DVDs, you're very fortunate. They will feed you a steady diet of the kind of material you need. If you don't have a subscription system like this, you'll need to make sure you purchase your own materials. Look for things that help you grow your mind, body, and soul. Having a strong spiritual foundation is very helpful to a proper mindset. So check with your spiritual leader for works that will be useful for your development program. There are some classic works that should definitely be integrated into your program, and these include the following books: As a Man Thinketh, Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Thinking Big, The Power of Positive Thinking, How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Science of Mind, The Richest Man in Babylon. You'll also find audio and video programs by Jim Rohn. I think that's his name, maybe Ron, R-O-H-N. Wayne Dyer and Deepak Chopra provide great content for accelerating your personal growth. Failing toward success. In the book As a Man Thinketh, there's a section about failure. The author, James Allen, states, even if he fails again and again to accomplish his purpose, as he necessarily must until weakness is overcome, the strength of character gained will be the measure of his true success, and this will form a new starting point for future power and triumph. And how true is that in our business? Do you really get that? You see, it's not about avoiding rejection or challenges. Challenges are the stepping stones that develop character and skills that ultimately allow you to prevail. The power of dreams. We talk a lot about dreams in our business. This is necessary because it is our dreams that will cause us to find the time, face the fears, and persevere through the challenges. You must be willing to fight for your dreams against the negativity of the herd. Reduce your time with the dream stealers. Be the number one investor in your dream. If you don't invest in yourself, it's probably a bad investment for anyone else. Feed your dream on a daily basis. Spend more of your self-development than you do at the coffee shop. Build your own dream instead of borrowing the dreams of others. Feel it, see it, smell it, taste it. Build a dream so compelling it pulls you toward it. Then use affirmations and prosperity maps to keep it in your consciousness. Your dream needs to be as big as you are, and if you make it bigger, it makes you bigger. Making a public declaration of your dream will recruit the people who will help you and expose those that would undercut you. So make your declaration and set aside time every morning to work on your attitude and self-development. The opposite of success is not failure. It's mediocrity. Failure is actually part of the process of success. And to reach true success in our profession, or any profession worth doing, you must be willing to pay that price, the price of building skills and character. None of us like facing rejection, having people drop out, or any one of the dozens of other challenges you will face to grow a strong team. But if you practice daily self-development, you will recognize these challenges for what they are and work through them to reach the success on the other side. Chapter 3, Doing the Right Thing. Setting a standard of integrity. The message in my inbox was an inviting one. One of my team members overseas was writing to say that a mid-level pin rank from another line was looking to switch lines. She wasn't happy with her sponsor and wanted to join our team. She suggested that she could enroll under her husband's government ID number, which was unknown to the company. She also said her team was in sync and willing to come with her. The volume would certainly have been nice, but I rejected it immediately because it wasn't the right thing to do. I don't want a war with other lines, and I don't appreciate when someone tries to poach someone from my team. And I certainly can't complain about such action if I sanction it on my own team. Besides, I just fall asleep better at night when I know I've operated in integrity throughout the day. In our organization, we operate by 10 core qualities that we ingrain into the culture at every level. One of the principles included in those core qualities is always doing the right thing. If you do this in your organization, you will see a full range of benefits across your business and your life. Like everything else we're discussing in this book, it all begins with you. When you demonstrate that the business is done with integrity, then that behavior will become the standard throughout the team. This doesn't mean you'll never have bad people. Sometimes you will, but they will find the culture intolerable and will quickly move on to somewhere else. I think one of the most attractive elements of our business versus the corporate world is the integrity we practice. In the workday world, there is a rat-eat-rat mentality, and people are rewarded for undermining others to make themselves look better. The drama of things like office politics, discrimination, and accounting scandals is wearing very thin on a lot of people in that space. They look at our world and see a system where success comes from people helping others reach success, where the sponsorship line gets paid for reaching down and mentoring their team, and there's unlimited space at the top levels of success. That's pretty intoxicating, and it's attracting a lot of refugees from the traditional workforce. To keep that in effect, you need to be vigilant about the ways your team does business, and that starts with you. Is your work good? Is your word good? Do you honor copyrighted material, or are you making counterfeit copies? Are you abiding by all local laws and paying your taxes? Do you respect other distributors' guests at open events and make sure they sign up with the person who invited them? Are you paying for the marketing materials and events, and is your check good? Do you respect the sanctity of marriage vows, both yours and others? Do you keep your product claims and testimonials to those approved by the company? Are you representing your own income and your company's earning potential accurately and honestly? All of these things are part of the bigger picture of how you run the business. When you run it with integrity, you will attract and retain good people. Your team will know how to respond in any situation, and you'll be operating by the laws of prosperity. You'll reach success sooner, and your success will withstand temporary challenges to stand the test of time. And more importantly, you'll feel good about your business and derive a lot more satisfaction from it. See y'all next time for Chapter 4.